Here are 6 common mistakes that can land you and your organization in hot water. Mistake number 1, winging it during employee selection. All candidate tests and checks during the hiring process must be directly relevant to the job in question, and they must be administered to all job applicants. This may mean taking a step back and analyzing your hiring process to make sure no tests are outdated and that new skills aren't overlooked. Failing to administer tests equitably is both unethical and illegal. Mistake number 2, sloppy classification of employees. Some employees should be salaried, some should be paid on an hourly basis, and some of the people your organization pays aren't employees at all. Fail to classify an employee or independent contractor appropriately, and into the hot water you'll land. Do your homework on the criteria required for each, or risk possible financial penalties and IRS or state audits. Mistake number 3, messy record keeping. Record keeping involves keeping the right documents safely stored in the right places for the right amount of time. These records include employee personal information, payroll, insurance forms, as well as tax forms and vendor payment documentation. Of course, documents you can't find might as well be documents you don't have. Implement a system for organizing files that makes it clear how to locate documents once they've been stored. Even documents you don't need anymore must be handled with care. To protect confidential and sensitive information, both paper and digital records must be properly destroyed. Mistake number 4, not documenting performance problems. When disciplining or terminating an employee, it is critical that it be done fairly and in a way that protects the employer as much as possible from legal action. The cost of mishandling a dismissal can be high. A wrongful termination lawsuit by an employee can incur substantial legal fees and, if the company is found in the wrong, an expensive settlement. In almost all cases, it's best to use a process of progressive discipline, which includes documented stages of verbal warnings, written warnings, and suspensions before dismissals. Mistake number 5, mishandling employee complaints. When employees bring problems to your attention, they must be addressed. There are many ways to reduce the likelihood that a complaint will end in a lawsuit. These include handling complaints with sensitivity, collecting thorough information, keeping detailed notes, and responding appropriately if it is determined that some wrongdoing has occurred. Mistake number 6, playing it fast and loose with regulations. So many areas of HR oversight are subject to laws and regulations, from safety standards to equal opportunity employment to compensation. Some of these rules only apply to companies in particular fields or ones that have a certain number of employees. To make things more complicated, laws often vary by state and locality, and amendments and new rules are introduced all the time. If you are responsible for the HR in your organization or business venture, do your homework. Stay up to date on the laws that pertain to your organization. Businesses that operate above board are more likely to avoid unpleasant and costly legal actions.